Okay. All right. God, I'm like really tired.
We're never allowed to just open on the introduction. We always have to have something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to the
Can we actually?
the second
Oh, sorry.
the third recording session, but second episode of the Triple Baka podcast. It's me, and it's those guys.
Hello.
Yo.
All right.
They know our names by now.
I haven't watched anything, and I haven't played anything except for Game Builder. So I think the anime section's a bust.
Wait,
how
I
about
have
you
something to
guys?
say.
This is the week where we all get sad.
I do have something to talk about in regards to anime.
Right.
I know nobody else does. I'm the only person.
Oh wait, you've been actually watching the show.
Yeah, I've been watching Gundam still, and I don't know, not much of note has been happening lately. Amuro's character development is just it's gone. I don't know where it went. They forgot. They've been developing other characters, so Amuro just has to act like everything's business as usual, I guess. I don't know. But Kai, Mr. Kai, he got a bunch of character development. He's like a rude, sort of snobbish asshole. That's the way he's portrayed throughout the series, and he deserts the white base in the middle of a battle, and he's like, fuck it, I'm leaving, and he walks away. And while he's deserting, he runs into a spy, and he falls in love with her or something. And she, gets aboard the ship, and he's like, alright, I'm gonna stow her away. Because, I don't know, booby or something, I'm not really sure. And so Kai is, stowing away this spy, and he's, preventing her from, doing anything while he has her stowed away. And, there's a point in this episode where, the episode is legitimately treating her sort of a new cast member. She's appeared for, a while before this. She's appearing now. She's on the white base. She's wearing the uniform. And I'm like, damn, awesome, a new cast member. And then they're on, this ship, and they're firing missiles at, a submarine that's attacking them. And, they get hit by the submarine, and Kai's like, oh no, now our missiles won't launch. That's bad. There's, a manual override switch by them, but, we can't get to it. And she's like, oh yeah? Watch this. And she climbs down into, the open bay where the missiles are, and, presses the override button. She's like, look at me, see? I can do something right. And then the missile starts, and it blows her off of the ship, and she drowns in the ocean. And she is never seen again. And that's been Gundam. Yep. The kids' toy show. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about with Gundam, though, and that's that...
Oh, yeah?
That's something that's actually really interesting. Gundam is a show where, different mech shows handle the characters in the mechs speaking in different ways. So, Evangelion, classic example, the things they need to talk to, or the things they would need to talk to are, each other. They don't need to talk to the angels, because they don't speak, typically. And they don't need to, in, Gurren Lagann, I think they have, speakers, so, that's taken care of.
Yeah.
Gundam does not have a solution to this problem.
The characters just can't speak to each other?
The characters simply do not speak to the enemy team. Ever.
I see.
Char, the main villain, has not, breathed a single word to Amuro in the entire series. Whenever Char shows up, Amuro has to be like, ooh, is that him? I don't even know. And then it cuts, hard cuts to, a shot of Char in the cockpit, damn, I goddamn hate that stupid fucking Gundam. And, okay, so... The other interesting thing they did with this was there is a villain that Amuro actually meets face-to-face, and they, have a conversation, and, Amuro talks to him, and they needed a way for Amuro to know that this villain is driving the mech suit that is, tormenting him during this arc. And for whatever reason, they decide, instead of giving the mech suit speakers, they're like, alright, we're just gonna have separate freak accidents, cut open the cockpits of both mechs and have them look directly into each other. So, that's been Gundam so far. It's nothing if not an interesting show. Alright. Nobody else has watched or played anything, right?
Nope. Oh, wait,
Awesome.
I played all of Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's an anime game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say if it was developed by Japanese, if it was developed by people speaking Japanese, it's an anime game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Devil May Cry 4.
That means Game Builder Garage is an anime game.
Yes.
Maybe someday we'll have something to show for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a few episodes down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a Me 3 event.
Oh yeah, Me 3.
That was the idea.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see if we can ever get Me 3 to happen. We'll see.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Anyway, Devil May Cry is a great game. Nero is best boy.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a fact.
Yeah.
That can't be disputed. Alright, that's all I wanted to say.
Is that
Alright.
like who is Nero?
He's like the anime team.
That's all of them.
What? One of them is like an old man in 5, at least.
I don't know.
Didn't you only see 5?
Is it like the guy with the black hair?
No, that's V.
Oh. Who are you talking about?
The guy with the white hair and like the sword that goes. Vroom!
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
But
think that
he's cooler
character's
in
name
4.
I think that
He's cool, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
that character's name is actually Dante.
No. Shut up.
I don't know anything about Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I've never played Devil
thinking
May
of
Cry
Virgil.
game.
Oh, okay. No, alright. I think that's enough for this segment then. A whole 7 minutes.
All right, this segment's awful. Just fucking
Restart
end it.
the whole episode.
No, we will never.
This segment is awful. Just like E3. I hate E3.
Oh, what a perfect segue.
I hate E3. I hate video games, and I hate myself.
I hate Gabe Newell.
I hate Gabe Newell.
I hate Gabe Newell.
I used to love Gabe Newell, and okay, you know
I
what?
think
No,
Gabe
let's
Newell
go
actually
in order.
too.
Let's go in order.
Alright, so the dictionary, the Urban Dictionary definition of E3 says electronic entertainment expo. It takes place yearly in the fuck. I don't even care enough about this. Fuck, let's just go.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start with Summer Games Fest. Let's talk about that one. All right.
Yeah, you know what? Summer Games Fest. Jeff Keighley, he came out swinging.
Jeff Keighley is a cool guy.
He actually likes video games.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a shill, but you know what? That's why we love him. He's like Jeff.2.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jeff.2.
I actually have an E3 recap website that just lists all the games that were announced in every conference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you should link that.
There was a decent amount. Oh yeah, here we go.
No, that Summer Games Fest was like where E3 happened this year. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Or like all of E3 condensed into a day.
there you go.
Yeah.
You can organize it by conference, so you can like select a conference and it'll show up.
Yeah.
But Summer Games Fest, you know what? I really want to know what director's cut of Death Stranding is.
Yeah. I don't really know
like-
what that could be.
Imagine
They fucking okay, so they tease it by showing, Death Stranding man Jeff, who is it? Sam Porter Bridges. He's like in the first level of MGS1, like some underground stealth mission thing, and he gets in a box, and then bam, director's cut. But like the gimmick of Death Stranding, the thing that was marketed on is that it was the director's own uninhibited vision.
Yeah.
That's why would you need a director's cut for that? Is he just putting director's cut on it for the meme?
It's like Sonic Adventure DX director's cut. How it's like I think the original director didn't even like work on it at all.
No, he didn't.
They just put the name DX on it to sell units. Yeah.
I think he's just always wanted a game, that was called something director's cut.
Yeah. Okay.
So he decided.
So like in this we had like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which I thought looked like, it looked okay.
I mean, there was really nothing else that I cared about,
Yeah.
except for like Streets of Tarkov because I played Tarkov.
Like Metal Slug, we got like some Jurassic World stuff. We got
we saw gameplay of Tunic.
editor put the clip of like the with like the Evangelion people like clapping. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Do it right now, editor.
All right, like I said, this episode's gonna be saved in
Can you
editing.
actually
It's really
Can you replace all times we say with the sound clip and one different
every time
Evangelion
somebody
character
says
clap?
Yeah. Anytime we say like have it show up, replace it with the and have someone new clapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very important.
So, important to note here, Sayu actually memed a game into existence this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I recently started playing Sultan Sanctuary for literally no reason other than my controller stopped working and I didn't want to play Dark Souls with a keyboard. And and then like a few days after I started doing this, they announced a sequel to that called Sultan Sacrifice. I don't even know if I'm excited for it. 'Cause I don't really care that much, but like, damn,
Wow.
that's pretty epic.
Let's see, we got some. I'm gonna be
And,
honest, most of these I don't care about.
Tunic got brought back to life.
Yeah, Tunic came back.
They showed a little bit of Tunic, and it's getting a demo at Steam Next Play. Correction. Tunic is not at Steam Next Play.
I didn't watch all of all of the conferences. What the fuck is Tunic?
Tunic is this.
It was this game that was shown off like a lot of years ago. It's kind of like it mixes a bit like Souls-like combat with like a Zelda, like a 2D Zelda kind of world exploration.
It's yeah.
So it's kind of like a 2D Zelda, but you play, and it has really nice art direction.
Yeah, no, this game is gorgeous. I'm
so
very
it looks like
happy.
it'll be pretty nice.
I'm very happy to see it back. We
game.
also, I think I should be the one to speak about this one. We got fucking Elden Ring footage.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We got Elden Ring. They finally showed it.
I have watched that trailer 18 times.
I watched it once.
So did I.
I watched it a lot. I'm actually so excited for Elden Ring. I'm literally buying a console to play Elden Ring on.
I'm sure that my PC can run it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm like really excited for Elden Ring. It's probably the game I'm most excited for so far.
For sure.
And out of E3,
I was
at
about
least,
to say,
I mean.
they announced Elden Ring right at the end of the first conference.
Yeah.
And it's been all downhill from there.
Yeah. So
It's-
after that, we had the IGN conference, and I gotta say, though the two guys who hosted that might have been the least charismatic people I've ever seen.
I don't even want to think about the IGN conference.
Yeah.
What was even shown in it? Hold on, let me see.
Looks like
They
Gambit.
showed Doki Doki Literature Club. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo.
Death's Gambit looked pretty cool. I don't think there was like anything. There was like a super
Skatebird.
Yeah, Skatebird.
Skatebird.
Shout out to Skatebird. I have been excited for
best game
Skatebird
at
for
E3.
years. I've been following Skatebird's development for like literal years, and I'm really excited to see it make a showing at E3 and actually get a release date confirmed. The game like had been looking suspiciously complete on Twitter, and I was like thinking, there's still no release date announced. That's like really weird.
Yeah.
We got like 20 minutes dedicated to 2 Point Campus for some reason, like just like a really long amount of time to it.
That game showed up way too many times, and I don't care about it even a little bit.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
I totally
Death's-
missed the wholesome direct, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, no. Death's Gambit looked pretty cool. Let's see. I didn't watch the wholesome direct. Yeah, the Ubisoft one I didn't watch. Nyuu, you wanna chime in here?
I
watched
I watched the Ubisoft one. And you know what they announced at the Ubisoft one? Mario and Rabbids. That's the only game. That's the only game anybody cares about.
Wow. You're right. Wow.
Wait, that game is epic. I hear though.
Okay, no, we gotta talk about
I've genuinely heard that Mario and Rabbids is like actually good, but I refuse to believe it, and I don't care about strategy games. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, there is a game in here that we do need to talk about, like, and it's Far Cry
That's
6
Far Cry.
and how
wait,
they
what?
presented
Actually?
it. Yeah, actually, Far Cry 6.
I don't care about Far Cry 6.
I didn't watch the Far Cry trailer.
I don't care about Far Cry 6 either. What I care about is how they presented Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 wasn't initially shown with gameplay. Far Cry 6 was shown with an actor interview with the person that they fucking like mocapped into the game exactly. And I hate this practice.
You know what? All right.
I hate this.
Actors. I hate actors. It was only okay when Kojima did it, and it wasn't okay when he did it either, actually.
Yeah, no.
I hate Kojima. I hate actors. I hate live-action movies.
Get the fuck out of my video games, live-action actors. Like, seriously, why design a character when you can just steal one from the real world? I hate it so much.
In the third world, physical suffering.
Okay, so, like, I think the thing that people... I've always wondered. Like, I've always berated anybody in my life who was willing to hear me talk about anything, why they care about actors. Mm-hmm. I literally don't understand why normies care about actors at all.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
when normies fucking talk about actors in movies, it often sounds to me like they're basically ascribing, like, the directorial role of the movie to the actor. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
yeah.
I've literally,
when
like, how many times
can,
have you heard somebody say, like, Brian Gosling. I don't even know who that is. I just know that's an actor.
Ryan Gosling.
Brian Gosling, he makes good movies. Actors don't make movies.
Yeah, no,
just because the fucking Breaking Bad man is in Far Cry 6, he didn't have anything to do with this. He didn't write his lines. He didn't even decide how he performs his lines. He had nothing to do with Far Cry 6.
But
nobody
they were
should give a fuck. I don't care.
I just
I hate him. I hate him.
I hate their inclusion anyways, period. Like, I don't want to see character design like in video games be one of the things that is like packaged and shipped off by AAA companies to be done by whoever the most popular actor of the minute is, you know?
You know what? By the end of this podcast, I think there's going to be an extremely clear picture painted of how I feel about the Western video game industry. It already was that way. It doesn't matter if they're using real actors or not. They just fucking find somebody who makes character designs and they shit one out, like, algorithmically. And it's just like, oh, that's what our character looks like now.
Yeah. It's, I hate it so much.
At least when they photo scan an actor, it looks realistic or whatever, which is the only thing that matters when it comes to the visual direction of video games, I guess.
All right,
on an uplifting note, though, they did talk about the Trackmania game, and Trackmania is pretty good. I might actually get it.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
I like the car game.
Devolver Digital happened.
I actually didn't watch Devolver Digital. What do they talk about here?
They didn't talk about anything I recognize. Oh, Shadow Warrior 3, that's something.
Oh yeah, I liked Shadow Warrior, one of the games. I think.
Yeah,
Upload
the
VR. Alright, we're skipping to Upload VR. I like VR game.
Yeah.
Except I actually don't. The VR conference.
Yeah.
They talked about Pistol Whip. And Pistol Whip looks cool, but that game has already been out for, like, years. Is there any games in here?
These all look really basic.
That's what I was gonna say. I know for a fact that like video games are being developed, which are like real games, games that are actually cool. But I guess they're not far enough along yet, or whoever Upload VR is just didn't reach out to the right devs, because all they talked about was like these little like Unity basic like baby's first VR game things, like in the hoop, where it's literally just like an arcade hoop game for like $2. Why is that at the Upload VR conference when like whoever developed Boneworks is currently working on like whatever their next game is? Couldn't you get them to talk about their next project or something, or at least like interview them?
They didn't want their name on the C3.
Instead, you just have in the hoop.
They didn't want their name on the C3, so
and you got Puzzle Bobble 3D, which looks pretty cute, but it's Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay, so moving
Why
on to
not?
the X.
Wait, actually, hold up. I actually want to talk about Unplugged.
Oh yes, go right ahead.
Did either of you watch the conference?
Nope.
Do you know what Unplugged is?
Nope.
Okay. So Unplugged is literally just Guitar Hero. That's all it is. But it's Guitar Hero with no controller. Not even a VR controller.
Yo.
It uses the hand tracking feature built into the Quest. And in the game, you have a guitar, but in real life, you just air guitar. And the notes kind of come at you, like telegraphing which fingers you're supposed to hold down. And it genuinely looks sick. Like, I kind of like Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And I always, like, fumbled with the controller. But the way that this game, like, displays its notes, and, like, because you don't have, like, to fiddle around, I always, like... Okay, maybe I'm really stupid. Maybe I'm genuinely dumb. But I used to play Guitar Hero a whole lot. And I would always get my fingers misaligned on the buttons.
Oh, same, yeah.
But with this one, the way that you play it is it's not just buttons, it's that you also move your hand up and down the whole guitar, and that's part of like the note thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just looks cool. That's the best VR game.
Yeah.
At this demo.
Yeah. I think games just looking cool is kind of the goal of VR, seeing as how it's not a real video game thing. It's just a gimmick.
Yeah, there are no real VR
Sayu's
games.
gonna like start a fight here. Wow. No,
You know what?
I'm for
That's
this.
what they're
Sayu,
here
keep
for.
going. Keep going, Sayu. Do it. I think
Yeah.
VR games are video games.
Say it again, see what fucking happens.
All right, Sayu, come on. What's your rebuttal?
I don't.
It's all right. We'll draw it out of you eventually. All right.
They're slipping. They're putting the mask back on.
Yeah. We promise
the
Sayu
Xbox.
is actually unmanageable in real life.
What's the absolute fucking state of the E3, where the only conference which was like consistently good
Was
was
Xbox.
the Xbox?
Yeah. So at Xbox, they announced exactly two things that like mattered in any capacity, and that was Psychonauts 2, which for some reason like nobody's talking about.
Yeah, I think it's kind of sad that Psychonauts 2 has taken this long, because they announced it a while back, and when they announced it, it was like, whoa, Psychonauts 2. And now that they actually have like a real gameplay trailer, and like we know when the game's coming out, everybody's like, oh, what's this? It looks like cringe. Like nobody cares about it anymore.
Oh my god, I'm gonna buy it. I'll throw him a bone. I'll buy it.
It definitely seems like one of the most interesting games, just like the most unique.
Psychonauts is incredibly unique, yeah. I don't know if you ever played the original, but it is an experience.
Feels like a game, like, it doesn't feel like it has, progressed culturally forward with the rest of the world.
No.
Like, it feels like this was a sequel that would have released on the PS2, but with good graphics.
Yeah. I'm really glad that it's exactly like that.
Yeah, they've kept the attitude. That's what it should be all about.
All right, and then...
Except they did
Of course.
also mention Starfield. Everybody's been waiting for Starfield.
Yes. No,
And
they
I
let
have not
Todd
been
Howard-
excited for Starfield.
They let Todd Howard on stage, and they didn't even let him lie.
Yeah, they didn't let him lie, so nobody got interested in Starfield because he didn't tell us that it had 300 endings
So as of last week, we're over 200 endings.
and like infinite quests.
Todd Howard has said the fantasy RPG will be able to provide an infinite number of quests.
And like procedurally generated dialogue or something.
Yeah.
That is not an exaggeration.
But the trailer did. I rewatched the trailer, and it's just like an in-engine cutscene. They
Yeah.
didn't show any gameplay, which is pretty disappointing. But I've looked at a bunch of concept art, and it genuinely looks like this game has pretty interesting direction behind it. And they've talked about how, now again, this is like Bethesda PR we're talking about, so take it with a grain of salt.
Todd.
They say that they plan on Starfield being more of a hardcore RPG than Bethesda normally goes for. Like they want it to actually have like real RPG elements. And they've talked about how normally they don't go for that, but with Starfield they want it to be more of like an actual RPG. So I'm kind of looking forward to Starfield because I like the whole NASA punk aesthetic or whatever with like I like how everything's punk now.
Yeah.
Just anything is a something punk. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking at Starfield, but
All right.
it didn't catch my eye that much.
will-
Apparently, people really care about Stalker too, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
I've heard Stalker's pretty good, but no. The game that I'm
Halo
looking forward
Infinite
to.
looks like shit.
The game I'm looking forward to the most out of this conference was Atomic Heart. I'd never seen this game before.
That's
but apparently,
definitely the one that I'm excited
yeah.
about.
Apparently, this game has been in development for like literally forever. So
Yeah, it's been in development for so long. People are like genuinely getting worried that Atomic Heart is literally like a fucking like money laundering scheme or something because it just shows trailers occasionally and gets
Yeah.
like tie-ins with like Nvidia RTX.
yeah.
But we haven't actually like ever been able to demo the game.
I'm not convinced it is a game.
But it seems so artistically unique. Mm-hmm. Like it seems really cool. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never like expressed it that much, but I've always found like Russian media to be kind of interesting. Like after Japanese, the two languages I've always wanted to learn is Mandarin and Russian. Mostly because I just find those two countries to be weird anomalies that I don't understand, and I want to get their deal.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And Russian video games are always unique.
Wasn't
Yes.
Pathologic Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the most important announcement here from the Xbox conference.
Yeah. Actually, also had Outer Worlds too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they had like a little trailer, like a
I
teaser.
am unironically extremely disappointed that they did not announce 2.
Yeah, what the heck?
They haven't yet.
Where's
No.
2?
Yeah.
Guys, ignore all the audio going on right now.
Speaking of things that they haven't that they haven't done yet, I am pleased to say that I'm really glad that Nintendo talked extensively about Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh yeah. We're
Yeah.
recording this before.
We are recording
E3?
this before Nintendo.
Like Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
yeah, Nintendo's in 10
All right.
hours.
I actually wanted to say something about Nintendo.
Yeah.
So there was a 4chan leak I'm not going to throw it up
no.
on screen. But it said that the last thing in the Ubisoft conference would be the Nintendo, like, the Mario and Rabbids thing. That they would make, like, a sequel to Mario and Rabbids. And that actually was real.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
this leak may be credible.
All right.
I'm not going to go too in-depth on it. But
Yeah.
they said in that leak that the final announcement of the Nintendo conference would be an F-Zero game.
Oh.
I don't believe it.
Oh man.
Didn't like whoever
So we may be getting an F-Zero game.
didn't like whoever directed that like literally say they didn't make a new one because they don't have anything new to add to it.
That was a while ago. That was quite a while.
You know, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
Okay. We gotta talk about Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Yeah, they won E3 so far.
Square Enix started their
No.
conference with a little trailer about Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they proceeded
Yeah.
to fill the next 20 minutes with gameplay footage and, like, developer interviews and comic book artists interviews, and, like, nobody cared.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hated that. It was
like,
like
nobody cared.
It was
like I understand. People are probably gonna like the game. Like
Yeah.
I think when the game comes out, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy."
I think it's
love
gonna
Guardians of the
be pretty
Galaxy."
similar to like Spider-Man PS4 levels of hype when
That's
the
what I
game
was
coming
saying
out.
in the conference. I was like, "This is probably gonna be Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and then it kept going, and going, and going.
It kept going
and going.
and going, and then once it stopped going, they announced a pixel remaster of Final Fantasies, which is just a port of Final Fantasy.
No,
Yeah.
wait,
And
no,
the-
it's worse
the
than that.
Ugly
It's worse
Legend
than
of
that.
Mana
Wait, no, we don't know what it
Wait,
looks like
Wait,
yet.
wait. It's worse than that. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, quote unquote, is only on mobile devices and Steam.
Yeah.
Why isn't it on
Okay.
Switch?
I don't know.
What moron
And
at
then
Square
they-
Enix passed up the
And then they
opportunity?
showed the Ugly Legend of Mana remaster again. It looks ugly. Okay, the anime
I didn't pay
cutscenes
attention.
look cool, but it's just like an upscale of the original pixel art where they like painted it again in the exact same style. But like
Oh.
the pixel art looked so much better.
Yeah.
And then after we skipped over those two things, we went back to Marvel again.
Yeah, they
Oh
gave
yeah,
us,
there's
like,
another.
Oh,
There's a
Marvel's Avengers. Woo.
yeah. I forgot about the Marvel shit after Guardians of the Galaxy.
and
It was all Marvel. It was so much fucking Marvel.
And then, immediately after this, they jumped into the mobile section where they announced a Hitman mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three
They showed 2
seconds.
seconds of Nier.
Yeah.
And then some weird, like, a couple Brave Exvius things, and then we got Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Unironically-
unironically, I wish it was on PC.
Yes. Yeah. It would be so
if this
good.
was on
if
PC,
it was on
I would
PC.
play the
Yes.
Final Fantasy Battle Royale.
Yes.
I just think it's really funny.
It's so funny. I don't care if it controls like shit
Yeah.
and is awful and is unplayable. I want to play it.
Yeah. After that, we got Babylon's Fall, which I thought looked really not great. I didn't like it.
No, everybody kind of seems to think that this game's just gonna be a flop.
It looks like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it looks like it could go either way. But yeah, it's very potentially a flop.
And then,
And then they showed the ugly remaster for Life is Strange, where they just made
Yeah.
Max's model
Editor.
look worse and lighting darker.
editor, throw up images of Max's old and new models.
Yeah, I literally,
now.
I wanted to show you guys the side-by-side comparisons, because it just looks worse. It just looks fucking
Yeah.
lame. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have True Colors, who cares? And then the only real announcement...
The only game
Stranger
in
of
all
Paradise.
the only game in all of E3
Chaos.
that I'm excited for,
Chaos.
except for Elden Ring.
Chaos. Chaos.
I'm here to kill chaos.
I have
But
to
I'm
kill
Garland.
chaos.
But wait, no, that's Garland.
It's a hunger.
I am chaos now.
God,
I'm already
I
half
fucking...
chaos.
I'm already half chaos.
Yeah.
Zoom in on his eye.
And it actually looked cool. It's from Tetsuya Nomura and like a couple of other weirdos. And
Yeah.
so it's probably
Yeah.
gonna be sick.
I think
Yeah.
it looks really cool, and I'm really excited for that. I'm probably actually more excited for this than Elden Ring, personally.
Yeah.
I'm like
I think it's a
excited.
good meme. I
I'm still
probably
more
won't play
excited
it.
for Elden Ring.
I'm like really excited for Elden Ring. It's not like I'm not like super hyped for it though. Like when it comes out, I'll get it and I'll play it. But like
I really want to say that of all the things we've seen so far, I am by far the most excited for Atomic Heart.
Yeah.
Like, if that game actually comes out, I'm definitely playing it.
Yeah.
But
No, Elden Ring.
like, I don't know if it's coming out. Like, they've been talking about this game forever.
I clicked on the Warner Brothers games, and it has one game in it.
One game. Back for Blood.
It's just
lol.
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood is bad. Don't talk about it.
All right.
Get fucked, Tyler McVicker.
Let's talk a little bit about the Let's talk a little bit about the PC Gaming Conference then.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah, you do. In fact,
No.
you specifically have to explain what happened.
you actually have to take over this whole segment. We're gonna leave for like a half hour.
I've watched.
and then you just
I've
talk about
watched a
PC
lot.
games.
I've watched PC Gaming Show ever since it became a staple of E3, which isn't that long ago. But it's normally, a bit. It's definitely geared towards them PC gamers. They talk about stupid fucking strategy games and shit, and dumb stuff for like niches that are specifically on PC and dumb indie games, and that's normally fine. They normally talk about hardware a little bit. And this year, it was nothing but just, like, the most boring... Like, they announced Chivalry 2, and that was fine. Chivalry is cool, I guess. But it was just, like, the most boring RTS, like, space management and, like, Civ games.
Limbo.
And it was just, like... Yeah, and a bunch of indie games that wish they were Limbo. And...
We got...
It was so boring, and I was probably not going to watch it. I was probably just going to be like, oh, okay, the PC Gaming Show is really lame this year, because they had this stupid skit that they kept going on about. They kept talking about fucking
Mech Warrior.
the custom PC for Mech Warrior.
The fucking...
I don't even know what Mech Warrior is.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
The fucking every moment that they weren't, like, announcing games, I just, like, thought, like, shut the fuck up. Like, holy shit.
They talked about, like, NVIDIA Shadow Play or something, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta jump in here real quick and say that we got what is quite possibly the worst game trailer I've ever seen with Orcs Must Die. Like,
Yeah.
that trailer was actually so awful, I considered just not watching the rest of the conference.
There was literally not one game, other than maybe Chivalry 2, that I cared about at all. And I'm not going to play Chivalry 2 ever.
Yeah.
And so
Chivalry 2 will be really fun to watch
this
all
whole
my
time,
favorite video game
so
YouTubers
beforehand,
on YouTube
they had
play.
announced, guys, Valve is going to be making an appearance. And, Tyler McVicker, everybody knows Tyler McVicker who cares about Valve. Tyler McVicker knows everything about Valve, He's the guy who leaked all that shit about Half-Life Alyx like 3 years before the game came out. He's always talking about what they're up to. He knew that the game was... Artifact 2.0 was canceled before it was canceled. I mean, he knew that Artifact 2.0 was in development before they announced it. All that sort of stuff. And he's like, guys, Valve never does conferences. They'll never appear at E3 because Valve's not into that. And so then, literally like 5 minutes after he uploads the video where he talks about his E3 predictions, making big deal about how Valve is never going to be at E3, PC Gamer Show puts out an article where they're like, we will have an appearance from Gabe Newell, where he has an important announcement about Steam. And, we knew that Steam Pal was in development, and they have all this weird VR shit in development. And so it's like, oh, is he going to announce the Steam Pal? SteamOS 2? Is he going to make the Steam machine? Are we going to have the weird mobile Switch thing that they're fucking working on? Or like the add-on, the wireless add-on for the Index? I don't know. And so it was like, whoa, oh, he's Tyler McVicker, he said that it would never be at E3. So this must be a big deal. They must really have something to talk about. It's gotta be Steam Pal. And like PC Gamer Show made a big fucking deal about it. About like, oh guys, Gabe Newell's here. Gabe Newell's gonna be on the show. And the entire time they were stringing along the audience in this conference where they were like, we have an appearance from Gabe Newell later. Like, they kept hyping it up that he's gonna be on the show. Just stick around, just stay tuned. You know, he's right up next after we announce like 5 more space management games. And then they start talking about like, what was that one indie game? That one weird little indie game that kind of looked neat.
Yeah, let me find it in the list. Was it?
I don't know.
It was,
Gloomwood. They started talking about Gloomwood.
Yeah,
And immediately, they cut off the Gloomwood guy, where they schedule out a little bit, where he's like, what? You're just gonna cut me off like that? And then they cut away from him.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh wow, they're really setting aside a whole bunch of time for Gabe Newell. They cut the Gabe Newell so that they don't talk about Gloomwood. And Gabe Newell's just like, hey guys, it's me, Gabe Newell. There's gonna be a bunch of demos you can download on Steam. Oh fuck, some of those look pretty good. And then it ended. That was Gabe Newell's entire thing.
That was it.
That was literally it.
He cut someone off. he cut someone off. Said there were a bunch of demos on Steam. Said fuck. Refused to elaborate further.
And then left. And he was gone. That was it.
I don't know who to blame. Like, I blame PC Gamer for manipulating me, and I blame Gabe Newell for going along with it.
I fuck Gabe
Why
Newell,
would he do this
you.
to me? Why would he do this to me? He knew that this would happen, and yet he did it anyway.
No, just you wait for Half-Life 3 to be in the Nintendo Direct. It's gonna be Switch exclusive.
It's part of fucking... It's Toy-Con VR.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Labo is the future.
Gabe Newell's not real anymore. I don't care about anything Gabe Newell says. I only care about game announcements from Valve. I'm assuming if Gabe Newell shows up at something, he has nothing to say ever. Gabe Newell's not real. He doesn't even know what like half of Valve employees are ever doing. Because he just sits in New Zealand, he buys a boat, and none of his family even talks to him. Fuck Gabe Newell. He's washed up.
I'm so mad. I felt so fucking betrayed that I just stopped watching the conference.
I almost stopped watching there. And you know what? I regret that I didn't.
Oh my god. What was even after that?
Oh, I'm getting mad. Oh no. There was the Future Game Show.
Yeah! So that was this morning. Yeah, this morning. Yeah. I woke up early this morning. For the Take-Two thing because like, okay, as I said last episode,
I was trying to find Take-Two here, and then it's not there.
In there.
They're not in there.
Okay.
Because Take-Two didn't talk about games.
I'll talk about this one. I'm a big fan of BioShock, and when I heard that they had a new one in development, and I'm very cautious about that, and I want to see what it looks like, and so I was excited, kind of, to see what they had to show here from Take-Two, and then I woke up, and I got on my computer, and I watched the conference, and the conference was literally a 45-minute Zoom call between a bunch of corporate figureheads about the importance of diversity in the gaming industry. They did not show a single video game. They showed up to E3 and showed us nothing. I want my 45 minutes back.
And bro, the fucking... Oh yeah, we didn't even mention like how mad people were about a lot of these conferences. Like after the Square Enix conference, Square Enix USA Twitter account got locked.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also locked Europe and like a couple other territories.
Yeah.
Are they still
it's-
locked?
Yes.
The dislike bar became so fucking massive, like, during the course of the Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think a few hours ahead of time you said that they announced, oh, it's just going to be a speech about diversity. But
Yeah,
I don't know
it was
where
on-
they announced that. Like, what, on their Twitter or something?
No, it was through some weird news website that nobody was checking because
Yeah,
they
nobody,
released it.
nobody was
they-
checking that.
No, they released it at 4 a.m. That's when they released the news that they were doing this. 4 a.m. the night before. 6 hours before the conference when nobody was awake. They were like, fuck it, now
so
we'll
they
tell them
woke
what
up,
this is.
They woke up at 10 a.m. and they said, oh, okay, maybe Bioshock 4 they're going to talk about. Or, like, for some reason people thought Rockstar would be there to talk about GTA 5, or who knows, maybe even announce that GTA 6 that they've been in development so long. But no, gamers, the gamers, they logged into Twitch, they logged onto YouTube, and they said, what's this? And they all got fucking radicalized in real time. Literally, the fucking YouTube chat was getting so fucking racist.
The YouTube chat was getting extremely racist,
When is a
homophobic,
YouTube
and
chat?
sexist at the same time.
When is YouTube chat not all of those things? All right, let's be fair.
No, but it was like 100%,
Yeah.
and nobody
Yeah.
was fighting it.
No. It was amazing to watch happen.
And on Twitch, they had to take the chat and make it so you could only post emojis, and people posted nothing but, like, angry and sleeping.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Why did they do that?
And the dislike bar didn't recover for the rest of the day.
Like after Square Enix, I was like, that's it. Square Enix lost E3. Someone's gonna have to try to top that. And what do you know? Someone tried it. I'm so
couldn't
mad.
believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I cannot.
And then you had Capcom, and we were like, oh, maybe Capcom's gonna talk about something.
Wait, allow me to say, when I click the Capcom button, there are 4 things here, 2 of which say game update.
Yeah.
So,
They're like, oh, maybe they're gonna talk about a game, and Capcom just comes up and they're like, we decided 5 minutes before the stream went live that we're gonna make DLC for Resident Evil Village.
yeah.
Literally this entire day, no video games have been announced.
They did not announce one game.
Monster Hunter Stories 2, was just already announced beforehand.
We already either knew about the games that were announced, or they're already out. In the case of Street Fighter 5,
and they're
Great
putting
Ace Attorney.
Tsukino in Rise.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, Great Ace Attorney is on its way to the U.S. finally, and we're getting E3 trailers for some reason. I don't get that.
Yeah. And they're localizing the Ace Attorney game, which I guess is cool if you're into that sort of thing.
I'm just looking at this 2-second video for a while. This game looks like shit. Now that I'm looking at the combat.
Throw this clip in. Editor, throw this clip in.
They're the guy that usually Alex again. By the way, for those who might be unaware for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They were showing it for an hour.
To keep you on your toes, editor.
Yeah. we need to throw those into our sentences.
We didn't even talk about how we're getting. We didn't even talk about how we're getting more near lore.
Oh yeah.
No, we're getting some more near lore coming in soon in the mobile game. Yeah, 2Bean.
2Bean and 9 Sus.
Yeah. Finally,
they're in Fall Guy, and it's canon.
God.
It's fucking canon.
Yeah, and then tomorrow we're just getting the Nintendo Direct and Bandai Namco, and after that it'll be pretty much over from there.
I'm glad it's over.
Man, I'm so hurt.
I'm done. I'm done with E3 forever.
I hate video games.
Okay, this was actually really funny. After the Capcom showcase, After the Capcom showcase, Jeff Keighley went on Twitter and he posted something like, "I tried to tell you."
Wait, really?
Wait, what?
Yeah, like beforehand, apparently like a while ago, I can't find it, but apparently Jeff Keighley like said in one of his live streams that there would be like no game announcements today, and after everybody was mad, he posted, "I tried to tell you."
Oh yeah, Sayu also sent us. Jeff Keighley's been posting like polls about E3. I found the tweet.
Yeah.
I found it. He does have the tweet up. I did try to tell you guys. Yeah. No. He's been posting polls about like you know, the different conferences, and it consistently they've been going down.
Yeah,
Edgar,
it's just
throw
like
this up on screen right now. Also.
We can't be like
All of the ranks are D.
Yeah.
Except for Ubisoft Forward, which was a C.
And
I
Microsoft
can only
was an A,
imagine
I'm
that it
pretty
got a
sure.
C because it was the first one.
Microsoft was
Yeah.
an A, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all of them were D except for Microsoft. And Devolver Digital. People like Devolver Digital.
I didn't watch
Microsoft
that
is
one.
like Nintendo. Come on, it's so easy. Just win E3 tomorrow. You know what? In
We have
here,
to talk about-
I'm gonna
we have to
insert
talk
a clip
about
right
Nintendo.
here.
Literally.
Wait. Future editor man. Listen. But also, I put in a clip right here where I'm just gonna start fucking talking into my microphone after the E3 thing.
Yeah.
For Nintendo.
All right.
And I'm gonna say exactly what I think. Right off the cuff. And I'm gonna say whether or not, right now, whether or not they won E3. Alright? Nintendo won E3. Nintendo won E3 by, like, such a wide margin that it's not even fair. Like, actually. They would have won E3 anyways with this lineup, even if the rest of the conference wasn't terrible. It was, like, so good. I don't even know what else to say. Alright, okay, we're good.
Okay. You know what?
Oh.
If we all feel like it, we can individually record what we thought of the E3 and, like, splice it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go in right here.
Is that the fusion suit? Ah! Oh, it's gameplay! Oh! Oh! Yeah!
Persona? Yeah, let this be the Majora's Mask of Zelda games.
All right, now is when I go. So basically, I think that Nintendo won E3. There's no way that they didn't.
You don't even have to make sure that it actually happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they could literally
no.
just show existing footage from Mario Odyssey or whatever, and then they'll win.
As I said the other day, Nintendo could walk out on stage and say, "We have no news to share about Breath of the Wild 2, and we do not care about F-Zero, you gross man babies." And they have won E3. Congratulations, Nintendo! You said Breath of the Wild 2 and F-Zero out loud. Thank you.
Literally, okay, there's so many things that Nintendo can talk about. If they even talk about one of them, they win E3. They could talk
Yeah.
about Breath of the Wild 2, like the fucking Metroid game. There's apparently a 2D Metroid that everybody's like thinking is going to be like announced. Everybody's thinking a 2D Metroid is going to be announced. We know that the team who makes like Rhythm Heaven and the WarioWare games is working on something, so they might announce
Oh.
that.
Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, they could talk about Bayonetta 3. They could talk about the Sonic game, like if Sega wants to show up.
Yeah.
Like, what's some other things? Because I know they have a lot. They could talk about Shin Megami Tensei 5. They
Uh-huh.
could talk about Splatoon 3.
Yep. They could talk about, like, almost literally anything, and they would win E3. Nintendo,
Donkey
come on.
Kong.
Nintendo, come on. Like,
They could, like,
anything.
announce a new JPEG for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, give us Donkey Kong Country Returns.
I know
third
for
one.
a fact. I know for a fact that they just like they're waiting to release the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting until the time is right where they can actually, mention the release date for Metroid Prime 4 before they do it. Just put the Prime trilogy on the Switch, okay? Or announce a port of the Wii U version of Wind Waker or something. Like, I'll play Wind Waker again. I don't care.
It is worth noting that as of right now, the Sonic game that was shown at E3 has been only Sonic Colors.
Yeah. They showed some gameplay of Sonic Colors remaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that they'd only
funny.
show the only good Sonic game.
Sayu. We really getting into this right now on the podcast?
Why would that be the only good Sonic game? Why wouldn't it be like Generations or something?
I think Colors is better than Generations from what I've played.
You haven't played it.
I have played it a little bit, not much.
No. You have not fucking finished the game. You don't get to speak on this. I'm sorry. You haven't even played fucking an entire world of it. Okay.
That's not true. I did.
Really? So you played through all of the fucking whatever that first area is. I don't even remember. The
Neither
fucking
do I.
tropical resort or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck? You haven't even played fucking any Sonic games that aren't Generations, really. Like, at all.
Well, I'm only comparing the two.
Then why are you saying it's the only good one?
You're banned from talking about Sonic.
No, this is what we're here for.
No. I refuse to
Why would we
elaborate
want to cut
further.
this off? No, Sayu is an insane person who thinks that Forces is good at all. Despite having never played it.
I have played it!
No, you haven't. I'm sorry, have you sat down and played through that game beginning to end?
That doesn't count as not playing it, what the fuck?
You haven't played it. I'm sorry.
It's like 3 hours long,
That game-
bro.
You don't have to
That
fucking
game is-
you don't have to fucking finish a game to play it. For your opinion to count.
That game is 3 hours long, and you literally just hold forward for 90% of that time.
You press
There's no excuse. Like a couple.
You know what? Let's
game
talk about
sucks.
how E3 has never been good. E3's never been good. Name
Yeah.
one good E3. You can't.
Peggle 2?
They were the one
Peggle 2?
They were the one
Okay,
where they
that,
showed
that one was good.
they were the one where they showed the Zelda Wii U game that never came out. That is now Breath of the Wild.
Random.
You ever wanted to see what the bottom of an avatar's foot looks like? Well, bam! There it is. See? There you go. Prove
Like,
it
the
wrong.
only good things about E3 have been, like, every couple years, Nintendo will announce a good game. And the rest of everybody just fumbles live on stage, and they say cringe things. And you know what? Sometimes Reggie showed up, but Reggie's never shown up again.
The best E3 of all time was E3 2015. Hands down.
What happened during that year?
We got some pretty good. We got a meme pitched.
So, yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
legendary
That was-
meme.
yeah.
The legendary meme. You know, who left the Christmas lights on during the apocalypse?
Editor, put that clip here right now.
You're actually sitting here and you are your own human life-size meme. A guy from your era probably has rickets. We should come up with a meme really quickly for the show. Right now I'm pitching who kept the Christmas lights on during the apocalypse, but there's got to be, and just Captain Picard like screaming that out. Do you have a meme you want to pitch?
Oh.
Guys with rickets are super hot? Okay, good. We did that together. All right.
Who could forget?
No, please don't kill half our audience.
That clip is just amazing because none of what she says logically follows from anything
You're
she
like
said
a
before.
walking life-sized meme.
You're so hot, but a guy from your age probably has like rickets or something.
We need, like, That's all E3 has ever been. It's just moments like that.
Yeah.
And you know where all the
those.
real game announcements are now? All the real game announcements are at the fucking Game Awards. Because the Game Awards are actually good.
And they're hosted by Jeff Keighley, so you know they're good.
They're hosted by Jeff Keighley. Normies actually care about it because they get to watch, like, Green Day.
All game announcements that are good only happen at Smash, Nintendo Directs, and EVO. Those are all of them.
All right, Sayu, sure.
Sony's not even here anymore and talk about PSVR 2.
Yeah, no. The best moment at any E3 ever is when they brought the guy, EA brought the guy out to talk about Unraveled, and it was like the reveal trailer for Unraveled, and he had like the little Yarny doll, and he was
He's
like
all
so
nervous
fucking
and
like
shaking
nervous,
and
and he's shaking, and he's like about to cry, and he's like he's so passionate about this game, and they show off this beautiful trailer with this amazing like piano score going, and it's like such a great moment, and then
in
they
the middle
cut
of
back
him
to the
saying
stage.
something, they just cut him off immediately, and they just
Highway
to the
danger zone.
And the audience is just silent.
Yeah, no,
they don't even
like
react.
the stage dyes itself bright green, Danger Zone is blaring, and a Plants vs. Zombies mascot walks out on stage and is like trying to hype up the crowd, but nobody is responding except for like one dude in the front row. And it's amazing, and nobody ever talks about this moment. Nobody. It's not even uploaded individually on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've looked.
Honestly, I think just the best E3 moment in isolation is probably the Peggle 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Peggle
a cinematic
2!
masterpiece. Like, his form was perfect. He was so into it. And it literally is just a JPEG where it just says Peggle 2 and, like, music blares, and it immediately cuts away from it. And the audience doesn't they don't even think. They don't even know what happened.
Yeah, it doesn't even get away from it. It stays at the same shot of it looking like with the Peggle 2 JPEG, and then it fades out, the screen lowers, and Titanfall appears.
And he just looks so self-satisfied. The guy on stage looks so, like, proud of himself. He's like, I fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that moment so much.
And we're never getting more of that. So why is E3 even real?
Yeah, no, we should probably just cancel E3 now.
Why did we even watch E3? Fuck E3. I literally should have just waited to watch the Nintendo Direct, and that's all.
Yeah. No, like, I can't think of a single thing we would have been missing except for this entire podcast episode.
Nothing. We wouldn't have
Our
missed
whole
anything.
topic, we would have floundered so hard.
We could have done gatekeeping.
We could have done gatekeeping.
We could do gatekeeping next week, but we would have floundered. We would have floundered really hard this week.
Probably.
We're already floundering.
We're already floundering. This sucks.
It doesn't matter. E3 sucks.
E3 sucks. Video games suck. You know what? I'm
I
gonna
hate
say
Gabe
it.
Newell.
I'm gonna say it. Video games are bad. They're just bad. Okay? all the indie games are nothing but that one. You know the It's nothing but and Inside.
Yeah.
Limbo. Yeah.
Limbo 2. It's nothing but Limbo and every VR game is just like Pistol Whip. Pistol Whip in Arizona Sunshine.
Every AAA game is Far Cry.
Yeah, every AAA game is either Far Cry or The Last of Us.
Or made by Nintendo.
We gotta fucking talk about that trailer for Life is Strange. We gotta talk about that because I have a bone to pick with that fucking trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
What do you have to say?
They've been propping up this fucking protagonist for a while. And her big thing is the psychic power of empathy. Her amazing ability, her super ultimate awesome power, like the equivalent to Max's ability to rewind time, is a normal human trait that most people have.
You gotta realize that Life is Strange is for, like, people who use Tumblr.
It is, I mean, honestly, I can't imagine this superpower sounding special to anyone who is empathetic at all.
No.
I can only imagine this game being, like,
well,
interesting to someone
that's the gimmick
who
of it.
lacks
That's the
that.
gimmick of it. The reason why the like, oh, it's a superpower to be empathetic is because everybody's empathetic, but they just think that they're the only one. They're like, oh, everything would be so much better if other people were more empathetic, like me. But that I don't. And so they see the video game protagonist, they see the empath video game protagonist, and they're like, whoa, when somebody else is sad, it makes me sad too. You know, it's like a superpower, but it's like a curse.
There is a moment in that trailer where she's considering using her powers to take the emotions away from someone, and she's like, oh, but is that right to do? Is that, like, should I do that? What would it do to them? What would it do to me? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, no, they've already spoiled the entire game. That's the artistic premise of this game.
I would definitely be willing to give it more, like, charity, because when like I explained, when Life is Strange 1 came out, it, like, everybody doubted it. People to this day think it's a stupid game. But when I played it, there was way more going on in that game than anybody gave it credit for. I think that game is genuinely, like, of the choices matter genre, that's the best one that's ever been made. It's genuinely really good.
What about The Walking Dead?
No, that game bad.
Yeah.
What about
You know what? That one might have a beat.
Why is choices matter a genre?
Because they started letting pretentious art school dropouts who nobody likes make video games.
Yeah. But not just that. That's what the Limbo genre is all about.
You're right.
But what this is, it's like, I don't know, I guess it's just like Telltale, they made video games, and they made The Walking Dead, and The Walking Dead became a streamer thing, and so it became a big deal to make the Choices Matter games so that you could play it on YouTube, and then PewDiePie would cry when you had to shoot the girl or whatever.
No, you had to shoot the guy.
You had to shoot the guy as the girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so it was really big with streamers, or not streamers, but Let's Players, because it would be like, oh, what's gonna happen next episode? I'm gonna make the choice. Is that gonna matter? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with, like, Life is Strange is it had, like, actual artistic intent with, like, its creative decisions in terms of, like, visual direction and, like, laying out the story in a certain way, and it had stuff to say about, like, the nature of choices in games, or even just, like, choices in general, like, or, like, you know, a lot of stuff. It had a lot of things to say, and it was good at it, and it was very charming. It had a very nice of everything. It was good. And then the sequel came out, and the writer and the director were both missing, and it was just like this soulless recycling of this IP where they just gave a new guy a fucking superpower that had nothing to do with anything. Like, okay, in the original game, the superpower is very specifically thematically tailored to the game, and in the new one, it's just like, oh, the superpower, I have the Akira blow things up remotely superpower. What's that a metaphor for? Like, oh, I have anger management issues or whatever. What does that have to say about choices players are making? It has nothing to say. And then the sequel is like, oh, I'm an empath. No, it doesn't matter. Game bad. I hate Square Enix.
Wait, is the second one you're referring to Captain Spirit?
I don't know.
Yeah, this game was announced, and I wasn't even aware it came out. I just remember it getting announced and thinking, that looks absolutely horrendous, and wanting nothing to do with it.
This podcast episode is not going to be entertaining to listen to because it's nothing but whining. It's just whiner baby bullshit
now imagine a world
the whole time.
where you're not complaining all the time so much. Act like a little baby all the time.
I hate 83.
Oh, all right. Okay. I think we've had enough of the E3 segment.
But wait, no, we should. No, I guess we predicted what Nintendo's gonna do. All right, actually, you know what? Who's getting in Smash? Who's getting in Smash? Who's the Smash guy?
Dante.
Sora. It's gonna be Sora.
My real guess is Crash Bandicoot. But idealistically, they'll put Klonoa in just for the lulz.
Okay, ideal choice is Reimu, obviously. But
I mean, okay, for real. All right, there's 3 guys. There's 3 guys that actually 4. There's 4 guys I'd care about. They put Quote from Cave Story in. I think that'd be
God, yeah, that's a good one. But
they put Reimu in from Touhou. I like Touhou in a cosmic sort of way. So it'd be really cool if they put Touhou in the game.
That means he's bad at the game.
I made it almost to the final boss of Touhou 6.
Yo, that's like almost good.
And then if they put Tony Hawk in Smash unironically.
Please.
Right after Batman.
Unironically put Tony Hawk in Smash.
Who?
You know, the guy from the game.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Are you Tony Hawk? Yes. Why? That's my favorite one.
Unironically, you know, I think the most hype I could get besides Klonoa is Tony Hawk in Smash.
I would actually be screaming. I don't think
I
would be
so
able to,
fucking good.
I think I mentioned the other day that like if they announced Sora for Smash, I would probably unironically start crying. Like,
yeah.
That's if they put Miku in.
Oh yeah, no. If they put Miku in, I will have to be sedated by the police and hospitalized for multiple days.
If they play the right song, in the Miku announcement, then I'd cry.
It would be Ivan Polka.
Yeah. All right. That was.
Or
now I'm
Pokepo.
not crying.
It would be Vocaloid in Love.
All right. That one make me cry.
For different reasons.
No, you know what? Okay, this is the biggest development that's happened over the 3 years we haven't spoken. I unironically love Vocaloid Love. It's so good.
Really?
I always liked
I just hear it and I smile. Maybe it's like Stockholm Syndrome.
I've always enjoyed Vocaloid in Love.
That song is like so unbelievably terrible that I really like memeing on it.
It's just good. It brings joy.
I don't know. I guess I have the same feeling towards the first sound, so, you know, I get it.
Oh yeah, that one also sounds awful.
Yeah, but I love it. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything more to say in this area.
All right.
But yeah, Dante for Smash. That's my realistic wish.
All right.
I don't. Third section. There's no voicemails.
There's
no comment.
What do you?
No.
What do you mean? Hold up.
We're floundering.
Hold on.
We're fucking floundering, guys.
Hold on. I need to do something really quick.
What? Are you sending in a voicemail?
No.
What's this? We're getting a voicemail from the future. Quick, everyone respond to what you think this says.
I Thank you, kind fan. I, too, believe that I'm the coolest man in the world.
Alright. Oh wow, we have a comment. Would you like to read it?
No way.
Oh, no, you just dead named Nyuu.
Oh, fuck.
No,
Nyuu.
okay, edit that out.
Sayu was the first one to do it.
I don't know who
Sayu
you're
was the
talking
first
about.
one to do it.
I don't know who you're
Replace
talking
it with
about.
Among Us.
Fuck you.
Yeah, replace it with Among Us.
When are you gonna talk about Sonic? Says the uncreative 1000. That's... I'd rather not.
We did last episode. Go watch that one.
The airing of grievances episode.
I could talk about Sonic for literal days, and I could talk about Sonic and Sayu for more days than that. That'll be the episode for when this friend group is collapsing, and I have decided to consume the podcast. It's my episode. It's all cut-ins from me where I'm screaming about increasingly
No, it's my podcast. I'm the host.
Yeah, well, I will eat it. You said
No,
we
you
can interject
can't take
whenever
that
we
from
want,
me.
and I choose all the time.
Take the triple baka and eat it.
All right.
Editor, put the paper.
I hope...
put the chip scene in there. put the potato chip scene there.
I'll edit the episode. All right. Just you wait.
It's okay.
See.
It's okay. You only have like an hour this time.
I thought. Wait. Do we have the editor on the podcast now? What the heck?
What the heck?
I thought.
Yeah, I actually Nyuu went to sleep. So the editor, me, I'm actually here this time.
What the fuck?
Anything that I have said during the duration of this episode are not the beliefs of the other Nyuu.
We're just all so mad.
They are.
Probably.
They're just identical beliefs.
I do a very good impression of my master.
Now get back in the cage. Back.
Oh no! Ow! I'm being whipped by the Johnny Test sound effects.
Okay.
I think we've had enough.
Yeah.
This is enough.
I hope this wasn't too unbearable.
It was, but you know, that's fine.
I have to go to bed.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like everything for tonight.
Yeah. All right.
I'm never watching E3 again.
Wait. I just realized. Hold up.
Wait.
Okay, we forgot to look up the Urban Dictionary definition of E3.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Have you already stopped recording?
Oh, I haven't.
I have not.
Have
okay,
you?
we're gonna record this and we're gonna put it back at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the dictionary, the Urban Dictionary definition of E3 says electronic entertainment expo. It takes place yearly in the fuck. I don't even care enough about this. Fuck. Let's just go.
We're done. Yeah. We're done here.
All right. So this is gonna be at the beginning.
Stop recording.
Oh. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Out there excited to play our next big title, Madden NFL 16, when it launches on August the 25th. Go Madden.